Hi guys, it's Mrs. Everly. I'm going to be teaching today's writing lesson, and we're going to be doing session 5 today, and it is called varying end punctuation. And you guys, when we talk about punctuation, it's what goes at the end of a sentence. And there's a couple examples or a couple ways that we end a sentence. It could be with a period. It could be with a question mark, it could be with an exclamation mark, or it could be with ellipses. And I'm going to go through all of those examples with you. So yeah, we'll start from there. So this is just a little thing that I put together quick. So it says why authors use punctuation. So the first example, so these were all the examples that I just shared. So there's the period, and that's the dot. Then we have the question mark, so that's the hook with the dot, the exclamation mark, so that's the exclamation point, and the ellipses are those 3 dots, like where someone's kind of continuing a thought. So the first one I'm going to be really focusing on right now is the period. And you guys, that is what we come across a lot in writing, and that's what most students will actually use. It's to end a sentence, so it's to make a statement. Like, I went to the grocery store. That's a statement. We also use a period to get the readers to stop their voice. So again, if someone's talking, the end of a conversation or the end of a quote, you're going to include a period because that signals to the reader that that person is done talking. So for an example that I have here, everybody stopped. Everybody listened. So again, someone's saying that, everybody stopped, period. Everybody listened, period. I'm not asking a question. I'm not raising my voice because I'm not excited. I'm not continuing a thought. So again, it's the end of a sentence, the end of someone talking. So that's why I included a period. The next one we're going to be focusing on is the question mark, okay? Now, we use question marks when we want to ask a question. If you don't know an answer or if you want something, you will use a question mark. Okay, so the example I have right here, should we run ahead to the path home or back to the cutoff? So you're asking that question because you don't know what the answer is. So you're like in between these two options. So you're asking either an adult or you're asking your friend, someone else, you're asking them a question, which option would they like to go? So we use question marks when we ask a question, obviously. So if you don't know an answer, you might say, Mrs. Everly, can you come help me? Mrs. Hanson, can you come help me? I don't understand this. Could you please explain this to me? That's me asking a question. Or an author in their story might include a question mark to get the readers to read like a question with curiosity. Like, did you just see that over there? Did you see what that person was doing? And again, I'm raising my voice because I don't know what's going on. So I'm trying to catch the reader's attention, or I might say, has that ever happened to you? So again, I see a lot of question marks in writing, like in the introductions, and it's to really catch the reader's attention. So that's an author's technique that you might use, or that authors might use in their, in the beginning parts of their story. I also see a lot of questions asked at the end, like, do you agree with me? Or do you see that this is extremely important? So again, the technique you're using is addressing the reader, and the way that you're addressing the reader, so then the technique that you're using is through the question. The third example of punctuation that most of us are going to be using is the exclamation mark. And you guys, this one is pretty common. It's like when you're really excited about something, or you might be screaming in terror, okay? So we use an exclamation mark really for 2 things: to show strong feelings. Whether you're really, really sad, you're really, really happy, you're really, really excited, and to get the readers to read with intensity, okay? So I'm going to share an example with you. Back to the cutoff. Back to the other line. We're going to Disney World. I went to Disney World. I got a baby sister. So again, if I saw this example right here, and because of the exclamation mark, that's going to tell me that I need to read with excitement, that I need to raise my voice. Because guess what? When you see an exclamation mark, that's what you're supposed to do. That shows excitement. If it just read, back to the cutoff really doesn't show me how you're feeling. It doesn't show me if you're excited, if you're sad, but in this example, because there's an exclamation mark, I'm excited, back to the cutoff, or back to Disney World we go. So again, if I'm excited about something or if I have a strong feeling, that's the one I want to include. And the last one that we're going to be talking about is the ellipses. And you guys, those are the ... dots, whether you're kind of like continuing a thought or you're kind of like dragging on a conversation because you don't know what to say. So it's to show thinking, okay? So when someone pauses in a book or in your writing and you kind of don't know what they're going to say, you might put the ellipses in there as a ... and then you finish the sentence. Or you might go, Those are the ellipses. Or to get the readers to stretch out pauses. So maybe they're kind of transitioning from one place to the next. Like you could say, like, I was in my bedroom and my mom was screaming, get downstairs right now. So then I might go ... and say, now I'm in the kitchen. Okay, so it kind of works with transitions. So the example I just have here, we looked ... we listened ... Okay, so again, that's telling me that we're looking, but what did we look at? So that means that I'm going to finish my thought, or I'm going to finish that sentence in a bit. Or I might be transitioning. We listened ... What did we listen to? So it might be like we listened to our parents, then the ellipses, the ... but we didn't follow what they told us to do. So again, the ellipses are a little bit harder to use, I'll be honest, and I'll tell you, I don't use them a lot in my writing, but my challenge to you, see if you can include the ellipses in your writing. I would also, really look at if you're only using periods, can you add an exclamation mark in there? Can you add some question marks? Till next time.